Med det tror jag att vi börjar. On behalf of VINNOVA, I would like to welcome you all to this seminar about funding possibilities within Bonus Call 2012 Innovation. The Bonus Innovation Call is launched in cooperation with BSR Stars. I would also like to welcome our web viewers to this seminar. My name is Britta Fengström and I'm working at VINNOVA, and I'm mainly working with the framework program FP7 that ends now in 2013. The formal part of the program ends with coffee around 3:30, and this is also the time when the webcasting will stop. We're going to run the whole program until the coffee break at 3:30, and we have 5 speakers today and a quite tight schedule, so I encourage you to save your question to after each presentation. And with this, I would like to welcome Marit Werner, VINNOVA, and Karin Nygård-Skalman from VINNOVA. And they will give us a short introduction to VINNOVA, Bonus, and BSR Stars. The floor is yours.
Okay, thank you, Britta. And thank you, all of you that you have come. You see, we are very happy, but also very surprised that so many people were interested in this information meeting. But I hope you feel very welcome, and we hope the air will be enough for this meeting also. We have this meeting at VINNOVA, and just a few words about VINNOVA. Maybe most of you that are here know that VINNOVA is the governmental agency for innovation systems in Sweden, and our task is to promote sustainable growth in Sweden, and also we do that by financing needs-driven or demand-driven research, but also to finance activities to develop an efficient innovation system or innovation systems in Sweden. And we have last year we had about 220 million euro. This year we have a bit more, maybe 240 million euro to spend on different programs and investment in different activities in Sweden. And this bonus program we have found is a very good collaboration program for VINNOVA. Karin will talk about BSR Stars, and that's the way how this collaboration was initiated for VINNOVA's sake. And I'm the contact person here at VINNOVA for this bonus call 2012 part innovation. And but I'm really not, and VINNOVA is not the organization that is mostly involved in and has been before. There are other organizations that are much more knowledgeable about bonus. And when it comes to the research or thematic calls, the financiers from Sweden is Vetenskapsrådet, Naturvårdsverket, och Formas. They are really the big financiers. But from the point of innovation that I want us to highlight today is not only VINNOVA. We will put about 30 million Swedish kronor into this program, but we have also Mistra. And today we have Thomas Nilsson from Mistra that is here, and after this meeting you can also discuss with Thomas. And we also have Havs- and vattenmyndigheten, and we have Mats Svensson and Thomas Johansson participating here. And we are all working together in this, and I hope you can interact after the meeting. There is also one more agency, and that is Myndigheten för samhällsskydd och beredskap, MSB, but they are not present today. Yes, we want to highlight innovation today, and we hope you will have a lot of questions to Melis that will come later about this. But just to say something about innovation, because most of the time when we talk about innovations, we talk about new products or services. And that's, of course, product innovations and very important part. But we should not forget that we also, when we could talk about process innovations, that is new processes to produce or deliver a product or products. We also talk about new forms for industrial or public organizations, organizational innovations. And the fourth that we have here is also to develop a new market or new ways to reach a market. And we call that business model innovation. All this could be included in the innovation part of bonus. I also want to mention that almost all organizations today and EU, and we're all working very much focusing on the grand challenges, or we at VINNOVA have a program called Challenge-Driven Innovation. And so this is something also that is a basis for the demand and for the coming user-driven innovations, we think, and there are big opportunities for growth in this field. Just a few words more about innovation. How we stress it at VINNOVA is that innovation is not work from one person or one company. It always happens really to have a product or service or have this process in the market. It's a job for many people together in relation, in a network. And we also usually stress, I'm not going to say one, but user-driven innovations is not always, but very often the most successful ones. And when we talk about the innovation system, it's the whole framework and the functions that are in place to make innovations happen not only once, that it's really continuous development that we can build on innovations. We also stress this with learning when it comes to innovation systems, and often in big projects, you know that we have even researchers or that are following the processes to really learn what is happening. And sometimes it takes a long time to get an innovation out in the market, but so that's what we in VINNOVA we often stress, that also some of the investments we have, like starting up strong research and innovation milieus or environments, that it's really long-term investments, like 10-year programs. Talking about VINNOVA, we see our role very much to connect, catalyze, stimulate actors to come together and to work together. And we are working in big programs and making lots of analysis and what we should invest in and what kind of bottlenecks we could see in the innovation systems. And then we have certain tools that could be interesting to remember when you are setting up your applications or projects regarding innovation. I mean, lots of money during the years we have invested in research and innovation projects, like R&D projects. It's a very important part of it, but there are so many other things, verification, you have test and demo sites. We are working a lot with the emergence of strong research and innovation environments. And we're also working a lot to try to enhance the innovation capacity in SMEs, creating global links. And of course, policy development is also very important if you want to have a sustainable development when it comes to innovation. This is just an idea and not only thinking about more traditional R&D projects. And in the middle you see that we have innovation capacity leadership. And we are talking about collaboration, and it's not only between different researchers or different companies. What we think is very important developing innovations and innovation system is that the industry or the companies and the public sector and the universities and the politics are working together, and we call this triple helix. It could be a smaller constellation, but it could be a region, it could be Sweden, and it could be also a program that is launched by the BSR strategy. And all this, what I've said about innovation and the tools and the triple helix, I think is a very important foundation in the BSR strategy and the work VINNOVA is doing. So I think, Karin, if you continue.
Okay, just a little bit. Do you see a bit? Okay, thanks. We start the next session about BSR stars, because this bonus program and call is in cooperation with the BSR stars. And BSR stars is a flagship within the EU Baltic Sea strategy under the area of innovation. And it started actually in 2009. And I will try to explain a little bit what we are doing and why we think this is so important, and also why and who we are actually, because I don't think you know that. So the Baltic Sea strategy, which actually was approved by the EU Commission in 2009, October 2009, has a certain amount of priority areas, and one of them is innovation. And within this innovation priority area, there is also a certain amount of flagships. And here there are 5 flagships, and one of those is BSR stars. The aim of BSR stars is actually to strengthen and increase the competitiveness and economical growth in the Baltic Sea region by linking research and environmental milieus, clusters and SME networks in a smart way, and use the strategic strength that exists in the different countries in a smart and good way. But actually, the basic and the idea why we thought this was so important, and why we also are working together with Bonus, is these global challenges and the demand on new solutions and products. As you all are aware of, and this discussion has been going on for many years now, is if you look at the increase of people, the increase of demand, the carbon dioxide, all these kind of challenges we are facing, there is a need to do something. And how can we address these needs? And we all want clean water, we want to live, we want to be older and so forth. So what can we do? And on the basis of what we know about innovation, the cooperation we had between these 10 countries around the Baltic Sea, because we also, in the EU, we also include all the Nordic countries and the other countries around the Baltic Sea here. We have some representative even here from Germany and Latvia and Lithuania today that are working together. So I think it's we still are facing the same problem, and there must be a way of being more effective, working together. How can we join forces to meet these challenges, and how can we sort of meet the competences and the competitiveness from China and other parts of the world? And we are all very small countries. Sweden is only 9 million, and we have Latvia. How many are you there in Latvia? You're couple of millions, 2 million, 3 million. So it's very, very small countries, and we have our certain strengths, but by joining forces and working together, all innovation strategy has seen that if you work together with your neighbors and close, you normally can be much better. So that's the sort of main reason why we have founded the BSR STARS program as such. And this is another reason, I think. The 100 million market is much bigger than 9 million market. And by working together, close together with our neighbors, we get a knowledge and a competence about these markets which we wouldn't have otherwise. So the BSR STARS mission is actually to speed up the innovation in the Baltic Sea region and to link companies, universities and clusters and to tackle some of these big challenges for the region in a smart way. I will show you some examples and you will listen to some of them because this is nice words, but how do you do it? And how can this possibly be done? We started in 2010. We have done some pre-studies earlier, but in 2010 we started with 5 cross-border projects that are the sort of pilots in this cooperation of innovation, how this can be done. And these 5 projects are working in different fields. Some is working with multifunctional kitchen, some is working for elderly people, clean water, transportation within water, and also about ICT communication. You will hear more about some of them later on. Because we had to, so these 5 projects are the ones that we work with for a long time. And while working together here on this sort of policy framework, trying to build trust between the partners, we also realized that we have to be more realistic. We have to make start of real project and things have to go on. So when the bonus project came along, we realized that we have to have innovation with the purpose, which I think is important, towards a good ecological status of the Baltic Sea. And we agreed about 3 areas to focus on. It's eco-technological approaches, innovative measurement techniques, and user-driven ICT services. And you will hear more about this from later on today. What I think is so important is that we can work together to address these projects. And one field, we really have to be very good to be attractive and to be able to compete in a global market. And everyone needs, for example, clean water. And we know all the problem with the Baltic Sea and so forth. And one of the projects we are working with now is this clean water project, just for an example for you to look into. Here we have 4 partners. One is Lahti Science Business Park in Finland. It's Sustainable Sweden Southeast in Sweden. It's Kaunas University in Lithuania and the Institute of Oceanology in Poland. 2 of these are mainly small and medium enterprises. It also consists of universities in Finland and Sweden, but there's a lot of companies. And in Kaunas, you have the university, and also in Poland, you have the university as a sort of an engine doing this kind of cooperation work. And what do they do? The idea here is that the cluster organization and the research milieus together bring new and innovative products. And how do they go about this? How do they sort of work with innovation as such? And what they did in order to sort of address the challenges and see what is needed is that they made a sort of a business value chain of what is needed in making sort of big cleaning factories and big cleaning industries. What is needed? What do you have to have in order to make this? And where do you have the businesses? Where are the strengths and the knowledges? Where do you find the best companies and the sort of the best research in the region? Or is something missing? And what do we have? Can we make something out of this? And so the working method they are using is actually that they use smart specialization as a tool. And I don't know if you know what smart specialization is, but it's actually to find out what are you really good at and try to sell that to someone else. And I think EU has started to look into this, how this is done, And there's a whole book in telling you how to do this, but I think it's actually to find your own assets and do something with it. And or what the other partners can do as well. And then sort of actually actively discuss and come up with projects and ideas and keep this ongoing, and how do we develop this into the market. And this turns out to be a longer term development of sustainable and competitive advantages. And I will, so this is the sort of a method and a way of working. I'm not going into any results of this kind of project, but one result from the clean water is, of course, that the Russians, which they are working with in Vodakanal, has become rather interested in some of the products that we have in Sweden and some of the products that you can see in Finland, and maybe there are some pumps and some other tools that have been sold so far. And hopefully there will be bigger project and bigger cooperation ongoing. But here they are focusing a lot on the Russian market from the clean water project side. So this is just a look into what we're doing and how we are working, and the reason why we think it's so important to have this chance to work together with the bonus program. Maybe I should mention also that the sort of the people that owns the BSR STARS project, or the flagship as such, are the ministries in every country, all these 10 countries, and the innovation agencies are the steering committee and the owner of BSR STARS. So it is supposed to be a long-term commitment and cooperation platform for cooperation around the Baltic Sea in innovation. Thank you.